how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another review. This is review number 2, and today we're going to be looking at First V2 playing cards by Chris Ramsey. And I figured this is a perfect time. Chris Ramsey just launched his apparel to promote what we can expect to be the V4s, which will be his 4th edition of the First playing card series. And I'm really excited about that, so I figured I'd go ahead and review the V2s today, the V3s next week, and hopefully have a little bit more news as to when the V4s are going to actually drop. I also have some of the apparel on the way. I'm going to ask a question on Instagram, see what you guys think, if I should do an unboxing / review of the apparel I picked up to show you guys. I may do it regardless, but I'd still like to hear the feedback from you guys on Instagram if you think that you'd be interested in seeing that or not. But without further ado, let's get right into First V2s. Alrighty, guys, let's get right into the deck. So starting with the tuck box, of course, we have this nice jet black tuck box. It's made, it's like a matte black finish, but it's like really smooth. Like it feels really, like it's a little different. It feels really good though. I really like the stock of this box. And then it's wrapped entirely around with this gold foil band with the First logo on the front. And on the bottom, we have the First Playing Card Company by Chris Ramsey printed right on the bottom of the box. And then other than that, the rest of the box is fairly plain, which is fine with me. I like a good minimalistic approach to a deck when it's done right. So this looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and pop this open now. Show the inside. So the inside is completely printed with the First logo all the way down to the bottom of the box. I don't think, yeah, it doesn't say anything at the very bottom, but it's printed all the way to the bottom of the box, which allows for an inverted tuck, which I think is pretty cool. I know a lot of people have been doing that with boxes that are printed on the inside, and it looks really neat. With this deck, I've thought about trying it out, but I won't with this deck because this is the only V2 I own. And then on the actual flap, we have Chris Ramsey's logo. So pretty cool. Go ahead and seal that back up, set that to the side for now. So now we'll go ahead and look at the cards, do a nice little quick look. They are printed on a very high quality paper that the USPCC offers. It's a crushed stock, so it's not a stiff deck by any means. It feels really good. Fans nicely. The jokers are identical jokers with the First logo printed. Let's go ahead and let's turn the deck around, shall we? Identical jokers with the First logo printed right in the center. And then we have the Ace of Spades, which is a nice jumbo spade with the First logo printed right in the center. The rest of the cards are the normal black ink with the standard bicycle spade. And then we have some color change to the court cards. They're the traditional bicycle courts. However, the colors of their ensemble have been changed to match the theme of the deck. You got this nice sort of darkened down gold with the jet black and some grays / silvers. I think it's a really good vibe to the deck, and the courts all look that way, as you can see, which is really, I really like this. I don't want to say toned down, I said that already, but it's like, the colors don't pop, which is good. It really goes with the vibe of the deck, and I love that a lot. And it's different, you know. And then we have the standard red diamonds. We'll go through, followed by the diamond quartz, which of course have the same color palette. Nice toned down color palette here, which I think contrasts with the red very, very nicely. Kissing Kings, which go into the clubs. Did I leave out? I didn't. Okay, cool. Which sort of mimic the court spades, you know, just holding different things. That's what we got here. We're gonna go through the clubs and we get to the hearts. Now, this is a really neat king. The reason why is it's not only the Suicide King, but it also has a card reveal on the in his hands. So this has a trick built in, which I love. I love it when decks have tricks built into them that can be just done impromptu. You always have a trick ready to go, and this one's loaded with a 7 of diamonds card reveal. So you could do a nice quick little routine where the spectator picks a 7 of diamonds, and you go through and he's holding it, which is really cool. Got the Queen of Hearts, Jack of Hearts. Then we'll keep going through and we get to the very end where you're given this ad card, which was, this deck was worked on with what's his name? Abraham Garcia Sanchez. And he drew out this snake, and it got printed on the ad card and added to the deck. I don't know if this exists if this is new to the V2 or if it exists in every deck. I know it's in the V3. I don't know if it's in the V1 because I don't own a V1. Unfortunately, I wish I did. But this is added, and then you get a duplicate 4 of spades, which I talked about in my last review. I always like when there's a double backer and a duplicate, because this is a very unique back. So like, it's not only a unique back, but you'd have to buy 2 of these decks to get any kind of duplicate. So it's always cool that they include a duplicate in there. This deck doesn't come with a double backer. It comes with the ad card instead, which it doesn't take away from the deck that there's an ad card instead of a double backer. I would have loved there to be a double backer, but I get it. But you get a duplicate, you get a card reveal, sort of evens out. Now we're gonna go ahead and look at the backs. So getting to the back, you have this nice gold foiled border going around the entire card with the first logos in each corner, which is really neat. It allows, I'll show you a fan here in a second. It allows for these pretty neat fans. And then the back is a black and white color palette with Chris Ramsey's logo going across it in a diagonal format here, continuously printed. It is a 2-way design. When you really kind of look at it for a second, you almost feel like it could be 1 way, but it's done perfect. It is a 2-way pattern. So when you flip it, it is the same, which is great. I did think when I first really took an in-depth look into these cards, it reminded me a little bit of the Madison Dealers, which if you're familiar with the Madison Dealers, they are solid colored cards on the back. It's usually white and blue or white and green or white and red, and it's his logo. It's probably half the size of Chris Ramsey's logo, and it's printed all the way across the backs of the cards. And they have 2 variations that have a border, and then they have ones that are borderless. But it kind of reminded me of that, which is fine. I mean, they're still significantly different decks of playing cards. And I like the way this back design works. I think it looks really cool. It's elegant, and I think Chris Ramsey did a great job on this. So let's go ahead and I'll show you a fan real quick so you can see how this is. What's neat is you can see, because the stamps are in the corners and they go all the way to the border or all the way to the edge of the card, you can see it on the side of the deck, which is kind of neat. But when doing a fan, it creates this like sort of line going all the way around. This is a problem that does arise with this deck. It is a very nice finish. It's just like butter, but because of this foil, you have to handle the cards for a little while to wear the foil down just a tad before it'll start doing like very perfect fans. I don't play with this deck too much, mainly because it's the only one that I own and I don't want to wear it out. But that's exactly like, once you play with the deck, you shuffle it, you know, mess around with it a little bit, the foil will start to wear just a tad and you'll be able to do perfect fans. At least that's what happened with my V3s. The V3s have the first in the corners like this, and after I handled it for a while, it started to fan really nicely and get this nice continuous like band going all the way around the fan. So that is a look at the Chris Ramsey first V2s. Let's do some closing notes and I'll talk a little bit more about how they handle. So to talk a little bit about the handling and then some closing notes, it handles great. It is printed on a crushed high quality stock, and you can really feel it. You can feel it as soon as you take the deck out of the box. It springs good, dribbles good, fans good, and it is a very like premium feeling deck. It feels very good. And let's see. And it just looks good, you know. I'm slightly, like, I predominantly do Magic, so cardistry is kind of like, I don't even want to say second nature. Might be third or fourth. But it does look really good, whether you're a cardist or a magician. This will catch people's eyes, and I definitely think it is a very good deck, and that's what you know you can trust when you pick this deck up. You know, even I'm sure starting with the very first V1s is what I mean, deck. Alrighty, so in closing, Chris Ramsey's first V2s. Is it a good deck? Yes, it's a great deck. It handles great. It's exactly what you would expect from a good deck to be. Should you buy it? Yes, but I know, like, saying but, it's only because it is now a rare deck. They are not easy to find anymore. You can find them on eBay. They are like highly marked up compared to the release price, and that's only understandable. I believe this deck sold out in less than 24 hours when it originally released. So those kind of decks, you know, fetch those kind of prices when they're sought after. It is definitely something, if you're a fan of Chris Ramsey, you want to have it as part of your collection. I have almost all of his decks. I'm missing the V1s as well as the deck he did with Illusionist, the Carpe Noctums, I think is what it was called. And but yeah, he took the time, he invested in creating a quality deck, and he did it here. So I congratulate him on this deck. I look forward to the V4s and what they're going to look like, what they're going to bring to the table, and I look forward to reviewing them. So yeah, definitely great deck. It's definitely worth adding to your collection. And yeah, that's about all I have to say for this deck. I hope you enjoyed the review. I had fun filming it. I had fun really showing you guys these cards. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Follow Chris Ramsey on Instagram to keep up with everything that he's working on. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care. I'll see you guys later.